tonight we're talking about age-appropriate obsessions. So how old is too old to enjoy the things you loved as a kid? Who is deeming these obsessions inappropriate? Like, who is, people say, they say, like, who is they? Who's saying this stuff's inappropriate? What is the true definition of an obsession? And what makes us want to police other people? Like, why are you worried about what I'm, doing or what I'm into? Why do you have an opinion about that? So before we get into that, we'll do our check-in as always, and then we'll get into our topic. So, Kilo, we'll start with you. You look like you're ready to talk.
Oh, well then. I'm doing pretty good. It's just a lot going on between being a maid of honor in a wedding and doing other things.
Yeah.
It just
a
can
lot
be
of work.
stressful at times. But I've been planning like getting away things like a couple weeks ago.
Good.
Got to go to Brooklyn. So excited. Partied. Had a good time.
Nice. I love Brooklyn. It's one of my better places that I like better in New York City.
Yeah.
Majority of the places I'm like, I can't handle this. But
Yeah.
Brooklyn, I've had one of the best times I've ever had
In
at
Brooklyn?
a club in my life in Brooklyn.
Yeah, I usually like the Village. Chilling in the Village. Yeah. Manhattan, hate. I love, like, if I want that electricity, like, craziness, then okay, but Manhattan's intense.
It is.
Even just living there, like, by it. But
Yeah.
Brooklyn's really chill.
I can see that being your scene.
Well, I'm glad you got to do that.
What about you, Erica?
Me, well, I've been getting over being sick. Not like worrisome sick. But like every time I turn around, it's like my throat or my head or something. And for me, it hasn't been like, oh, I got the flu, but I never get sick. So I'm like, is something I'm doing or not doing? Is it like the stress of something? So I'm just trying to get myself together because I'm tired of feeling like that. But I will say, it was kind of a little while ago. I did get the best nap that I've had in a while.
Nice.
That's got a good nap. So that was something, something positive about it. But that's pretty much all. I was trying to make sure I stay good because, that's not my life.
Yeah.
I don't like to live my life like that.
No, it's very uncomfortable with being sick all the time.
Draining.
Yeah, 'cause people are like, oh, you should take vitamins. I'm like, I haven't been doing anything different that I haven't been doing. I don't ever get sick.
Yeah.
Well,
But,
a lot of people are getting sick right now, and people
Yeah.
are getting sick back to back to back. Like,
Yes.
especially if you work with a lot of kids and going to schools. So that's just
Nasty
an
kids.
Tell
equation
me.
to just be sick.
Cause I keep my cleaning supplies in there. I just
Just
get
picture
it.
Erica
The
like this.
people on the handles.
Spraying, rubbing,
Spray the kids.
I'm like in between because also you're coming in my office. I don't want you to get sick because I didn't Lysol because some other kid was sick. Cause I had a couple families the other day were like, oh, we didn't go to school, but we didn't want to miss our appointment. If you didn't go to school, you must have been pretty sick.
Yeah.
So then now I feel bad. I'm making you talk like, there's sometimes I'm like, okay, you can go home, but I'm like now other people I'm like, okay, well you don't look that bad, but you're here, but maybe you felt better after, you didn't go to school. But I'm like, if you didn't go to school, then you shouldn't be showing up.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so. What about you, Nicole? Hopefully you got some better news.
Well, I just recently got back from a trip in Chicago to see my grandfather.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, that was nice. A nice little getaway weekend. So, he goes to my family's house every year since we were, like, pretty young. I don't remember how old. Before Christmas. But since I live in Philly now and I work and life's a little hectic, I can't go the weekend he goes or else I won't be able to stay for a decent amount of time at home.
Yeah.
For like Christmas and stuff. So I go there in January, February each year now just to see him. Which is nice, get my own time, get away. But so I'm like, I don't understand. I go from cold place to cold earth.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not like a real kind of way, but hey, I get taken care of the whole weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
That's nice. It's always good to be around family.
The cold there.
Yeah. So, the time? You got the time going? Oh, okay. I'll just edit that out. Okay, well, I guess we can get to our topic tonight. Like we said, age-appropriate obsessions. So, first thing, what is an obsession? Because, of course, we got, definitions, but we'll just talk based off, common knowledge. What's an obsession? So.
Do you think that there's an healthy obsession? Is there such thing? Because obsession's a strong word.
It is. And it's thrown around a lot.
Yeah. That's the thing. You know, because you can say, I'm obsessed with this show. I love this show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Because you hear the word obsession when you say that. I don't think obsessions are healthy.
No.
I don't think you're obsessed with the show. You just really like it.
It's excessive.
Yeah.
Anything in too much quantity of anything is not healthy.
Right.
I agree.
Yeah.
So I think obsession is basically you're doing whatever, too much of whatever.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like you can't help it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of compulsive, but obsession is like it would be hard to stop or change it.
Yeah, I think the words, just like, you know, mental health words thrown around now, like bipolar and things like that, are also watered down, like depression, probably the biggest one.
Oh, yeah.
They're also watered down that now it's not a big thing to say I'm obsessed with that and not actually mean you're obsessed, that you're like fiending in the corner for that show to come back on. Like that's not how your life is.
Well, some people might be.
Some people, yes.
I mean, you seen that one commercial where it's like you're watching Netflix or whatever, and the final credits come up, and you're in a show-ho. Yeah. Why have a TV anymore? Yeah. Like that to me that's an obsession.
Yeah. I think adding on to what you said, anytime it consumes your life in some type of way, that's an obsession, and that's not healthy. I think, like you said, Akila, we just kind of throw those words around. You know, we don't mean. You just mean you really, really like it. You're into it. Hopefully that's what you mean. I hope you're not really meaning you're obsessed with, like, you know, this TV show. You let it control your life.
Yeah, because, like, me, I'm not even going to... I'm be straight up. Like, I stay obsessed all the time about the things I'm obsessed about. And they're not unhealthy, obviously, because I'm living my life. But somebody, if I were to... But is it? No, but if I was to talk to somebody else about my obsessions, they'd be looking at me like, what? Like,
you got some issues.
Yeah,
what do you... How do you have time for this? Like...
Well, what are some of your obsessions that you're talking about? Well, this is like a real obsession for you, or are you just saying something you really, really like?
Really, really like. No, I don't have like real like obsessions that I can't live without.
I don't know. I've never tried.
Believe me.
Believe it. No. Don't anything. Well, besides sugar, but that's a whole different realm. But things that I really, really like Star Wars. Huge fan. Huge fan. Like, going out the first day, like, seeing it. Yeah. Like, talking to my uncle, watching it all the time. Like, I'm not as big as they are. Mm-hmm. My uncle will watch it 24/7 every day of the year if he could.
Yes.
So, things like that, which, they're, like, huge, like, fandom. People get obsessed with things like that.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not necessarily unhealthy in certain aspects.
Yeah.
Well, I think I've given this example before. When I was in undergrad, there was this girl who used to walk around with a squirrel tail. And I don't know, I don't know why. I don't know if there was, like, some show or something, or if she liked... I don't know. But I know everybody saw her around. That's what they thought. And I think that can interfere with your social life.
Yes. And I can kind of comment on that a little bit. Not if you guys could see them looking at me like, what's she about to say? No, I just have some really interesting friends. But, no, a lot. So there's, like, this whole entire subculture of people who think they're not supposed to be human.
Oh, my God, furries.
Yeah, furries, other I can go too much. I read too much. But... she may be thinking that she was a squirrel, and like to us that looks like really like what's going on, but to her like that's normal. Yeah. And it may not affect her how we may be thinking it's affecting her. Mm-hmm.
But she might have her friends that also, you know, wear squirrel tails or rabbit tails or whatever it is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I guess that goes into what makes us police people. Because we see something that doesn't seem normal. Mm-hmm. You know, you're like, oh, what's with that person? Like, what are they into? You know? This is why.
That's true.
Well, anything for us that we is unknown to us, or we do not know about, or we're ignorant to, or whatever, we police over.
Yeah. Yep.
And where we think it's strange, or we think it's weird, and we don't think it's okay, That a lot of things that people say are not okay and think are strange are actually perfectly fine.
Yeah.
They're just not your cup of tea.
Yep.
Right. And I think that was key to first define what obsession is, because somebody just might be into it, but it's not really hurting them or affecting. It's not like their life is consumed with it, but we just think, you just think it's weird or something's wrong with it.
And I think for us, we're always kind of like, okay, so is this harming you in any way? Is this harming anybody else in any way? If not, then
hey,
Whatever.
do it. But not everybody's like that.
Right.
No, not everybody is. It's why people who are really into stuff or maybe even obsessed, like another person doesn't like it, you could get, really severely hurt because someone, they're in fear of what they don't know.
Yeah,
the person who's hurting them. So they do stuff to other people.
Think about family too, because if you're the family, maybe you're the odd one, and you don't like what everybody else likes, then your family's like, why are you into this? Or why are you listening to that? Why do you like this? And then, what's up?
I'm laughing because it's just my life. Like,
oh, that happened to you?
No, it's like this, it's funny. But
yeah.
No, you're 100% right.
And all you do is isolate that person, and make them want to withdraw even more, but I think at the same time, on the family's part, they want to understand, but depends on like when you're that age. Because if you're a teenager and your parents trying to understand why, you're kind of isolated, that just makes you want to close off even more. Because now you feel misunderstood. You might not know how to explain. It's just, I like this me. I like it. What do you mean?
There is no explanation for this.
Yeah.
Well, I think there can be, I wouldn't say healthy, but not necessarily unhealthy. Like how you talking about your uncle with Star Wars. I would say he's obsessed. And not like I like, but like I am obsessed. But it's not, but he's still being able to function. That's like saying someone is a functioning alcoholic. Just because you go to work and just because you're able to take care of your kids and do all that stuff doesn't make you less of an alcoholic. So just because your uncle will turn the Star Wars off because he has to doesn't make it mean that he's less obsessed with it because so I think that it's a fine line. I guess it depends what you're obsessed with and how you function with it.
Yeah.
Because it also, depending, can consume your thoughts. If you're into it that much. Something.
Yeah.
Like.
With him, no. If we're using him as an example, it's not like that. It's really, he probably is obsessed. But it's not like he's thinking about Star Wars. Like, it's not like in his mind like that.
He's been watching since he was a kid? Okay. So then how old is too old?
How old is too old? And then, well, you can't, with something like that, it's hard because they keep having new movies. Like, it's not like it ends.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think. Yeah, like kids, that's the other part of this question is like, how old is too old to like things that you liked as a kid? Like, I don't know. I can't think of many things that I still, well, there's a lot of things, but.
Well, more recently. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Never.
Oh, more recently you got that game, Guess Who?
Oh my God.
You're pretty excited about it.
I mean, is that like, did something happen? Because I feel like everyone's getting Guess Who again.
I don't know.
Like something happened. Like my mom got it from my cousins. One of my the kids is like, I love Guess Who. I'm like,
They
you're like,
updated it like to have like newer pictures on it. Like I know they have Shopkins on it now.
Oh,
like,
really?
And that's a huge They
have what?
Shopkins is like this toy. These kids are going crazy over it.
They love the Shopkins.
It's ridiculous. It's really not that.
It's
like little figures.
They're cute, but it's like, why are you so obsessed with these Shopkins?
Little things. Like it's bad. Like
they're like a little backpack, a little ice cream cone, little microwave.
They're just little
everything.
figures. They don't do anything.
Anything you could think of.
And they cost like $3 for 2.
Dang.
Oh my God.
You can collect them, and then you'll have twins, or you'll have a double.
You could trade them. Kind of like Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which kids are still into Pokemon too?
Kids?
I know a lot of adults.
Well, yeah.
Kids and adults.
Kids
so
and adults.
Is that a problem? Because that's like the next question. If you like something as a kid, how old is too old to still like that thing?
For me, I don't care less what you like, when you like, how you like it. But people will make comments about it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, why are you doing that? Like, you should be an adult. Like, there's just preconceived notions of what an adult is. And
what an adult should be doing.
Or should be doing.
I don't think there's such thing.
I don't think so.
An adult. I really don't. I mean, that's why we have a job. Because people's past they continue on with that forever, and people stay in childhood for a long time for multiple situations, and I just think that there's not anything. We're just big kids. We really
the words
are.
right out of my mouth.
We're just big old kids who's got to be responsible at times. So you know what? When we're not responsible, needing to be responsible, be a little kid. Go jump on your bed. Go do something. I just feel like we put so much pressure on. You're supposed to be like this and that, and that's why other things happen.
Some people go crazy. I really think so.
Like trying to be adult. Like I don't even know what an adult. When I just think of adult, I think that you have a career or you work and you have to pay bills. That's all that I think an adult is. Other than that, in my head when I see an adult, I don't hear anything else. I don't see anything else.
I agree with you completely. For me, it's like an adult has a house, car, pay some bills, taxes.
Yep.
So there's really no other.
You can decide like what you want to do to have fun. You know, maybe you wanted to, maybe you wanted to spend hours playing Guess Who as a kid and you couldn't. Now you have the time to play.
Yes.
You know, if you want to.
They never bought it for me.
But why don't you go ahead and tell that story, Keela?
Aww.
Go ahead. Here's your chance.
Here's my chance. I'm gonna talk. So I was a huge fan of Guess Who when I was younger, but we only played it in school when it rained and we got to go inside because we all had recess outside.
Yeah.
So I played it like a couple times. And then my parents never bought it for me, and
no.
I've been looking for this game for years. Like this probably is an obsession because first of all, my rational mind's like, I'm not paying no $20 for this game. Like, but the other side of me is like, oh, but I like Guess Who. I really want to play, and I found it for $2.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
And all the pieces, so I was very
And all the pieces. The old one or the new one?
The old one.
Oh my gosh. I love like flipping the things.
I know. I love playing Guess Who.
The easiest way to win. Is he black?
Girl, you're so right.
There's like one or two.
A
black man and a black woman.
That's it.
One Asian.
I don't think they had any Asian, did they?
Nope.
No.
So anytime I play with my cousins right now, and I said that rule's banned. You cannot ask if somebody is black or white because this is gonna.
You'd be like flip, 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 flip. So crazy.
But it just brings out the child in you.
Yeah, and it's good to let loose and have fun and relax because we always talk about, well, I wish I didn't have any problems in the world. If I could just be a kid again.
Yeah.
You know, you can do certain things like that. And think about everybody like, you know, like us who work with kids, and you know, we play them games sometimes because, you know, we just have to play.
We just have
We just have to do it.
So I told my kids, you can come in and bring any game in you want.
Yeah.
Right.
First of all, I love our dog because we're like, so I get to play games today.
I'm like, you want to play regular cards or Uno? I'm thinking Uno. You're like, Uno. I'm like, okay, you sure? Yeah, we can play Uno.
Inside, you're like jumping up and down. Like,
Woo!
But you think about teachers, you know, people who work at daycares, and you have to play, and, you know, obviously teachers, daycare, us, we don't get paid as much as, you know, people that probably don't get to play with kids all day, but we feel good, we enjoy, you know, what we're doing. Overall, I mean, it's other stuff we have to, you know, encounter too, but I think it's you're never too old to, you know, enjoy something you did when you were a kid.
I agree.
I think if you regress into childhood because you've gotten so obsessed and indulgent in it in every moment, then that's a problem.
Yeah,
Right.
I
That's
agree.
a problem.
I agree.
Because that happens and can happen.
But you know, like right now, there's those adult coloring books.
Oh,
Just about to bring those up.
I think it's a good thing. They're a lot more complicated and everything, but even the kids like to do them. Because I have one on my desk that I got from the director at work, and the adults like it, the kids like it, but in our society, we have to have something adult coloring book. You know? Because I've had coloring pages, and adults come in and have just color on the kids' coloring page. Like, you don't have to sit and color with your kid.
No.
Just because you enjoy coloring, color, but we have to have, you know, that separate, that this is for adults.
Even though it's coloring.
It's coloring. It's the same thing.
Coloring.
You want to color, buy a coloring book from a dollar store.
Well, as I said, that I've heard that when they were talking about the coloring thing and like Play-Doh and stuff like that, it was kind of like when you were a kid, what made you happy? What made you calm? What made you be able to focus? What made you just be able to escape without, you know, not being drugs and stuff like that?
Yeah.
So why do we stop doing that just because we get into adulthood? If it worked then, why wouldn't it work now?
Yeah.
type of thing.
You think we do it to ourselves? That something in us? Because like we talk about who is they saying that's inappropriate. I think we kind of do it to ourselves.
I think we do, but I think it's because of other people. And what other people are going to think.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to...
Well, I know, for example, for me, my sisters, we love baby dolls. Like, we just love them. Ashley and Bria, they like the Barbies, but we all like, I wasn't really into the Barbies, but I like my baby dolls. And we played with them for a long time. And then it got to a point where we were like, no, none of our friends, you know, if our friends would come over, they played too. So nobody ever said, oh, you still got a baby doll. Nobody ever said that to me. But I just felt at some point that, gotta put this doll away. I don't know, like, why I thought that, where, I didn't see anybody else do that. It's just something I just thought I should probably do that.
But I think we are taught it, just like we're taught a lot of things subliminally.
Yeah.
Or not subliminally, it's just like out there and said. I think that that's included in that.
Yeah.
Because if you go to other cultures in like other places, people accept different things. So I really think it's culturally based.
I agree with that 100%. I feel like our view of what adult is comes from like the 50s and like our grandparents.
Yeah.
Who are like, we do this, and that's like no fun. no
Life's
fun.
not fun.
I walked this many. Yes. Like love you, grandparents, but like they were, from what I understand, like, and also what's portrayed on TV, it's like very strict, like work family. Like there's no you don't act that like you don't act all willy nilly crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I just think of it, maybe it is part of a like evolution type thing, like how you're saying that you just had to put it away, because if you think about it, in like, you know, early teens, girls got way back in the day were getting married and having kids of their own at like 13, 14 years old, or you had to go work in the farm, or you had to go do X, Y, and Z. Like, you had to do all this to help your family out. And so maybe that's where it comes instinctually within us now, is that like at a certain point you had to stop being a kid, and when you were a kid, to do adult things, to be responsible, so we could live, we could survive.
Exactly, exactly.
That's the only thing I could think of when it just
no,
comes within. So I'm like, who's these they?
Yeah,
these they people.
No, I think you're 100% right, because then once that was done, they raised a group of people who were like, oh, well, we got everything, so then they keep raising and it keeps evolving. You don't need to be like that anymore.
Yeah,
that's true. I guess we figured it out.
We solved it.
Who is that?
Alright, we're patenting this and writing a book, and we're gonna be cajillionaires.
Well, is there anything that you feel like there's something that you enjoy as a kid that you still do? I know you've got your game.
I got too many. Probably too many.
I just watched Flipper the other day, and I was
Flipper,
so
I haven't
happy.
seen that in years.
Oh
I
my
was
god.
just so happy. I was like, this is such a good movie. I think certain like Disney stuff, I'm not obsessed with this stuff at all. Because as a kid, I didn't really watch too many princess stuff. I played with dolls sometimes. I was just a rough little kid. I was just out there getting hurt and just being a bully. So,
Oh my gosh.
I can't deny. I think like I like kids stuff, like the movies, and sometimes, you know, just like goofing off or playing. I wasn't a really big board game person, so I can't say that either.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I wasn't really a child, so I couldn't really tell you.
When I'm working with kids, when I like buy games for work, I usually buy games that like I know.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's probably a game I played before, so you know, I get to do that. But that's just, I mean, if I didn't have work, I could be fine with it without playing it. In my family, we like to play board games and, you know, things like that. But as far as obsessions, if I'm gonna say it's obsession, because I don't have an obsession. I just do here and there, but I would say watching like the movies and TV shows and stuff like that, especially if I have a bad day.
Yeah, it brings you back. Yeah,
it makes me feel good. Like, oh, just, you don't have to think about it. Just watch it. It's just fun.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to think, like real. I don't have any. People will say that I have obsessions. But it's really not taking on my life.
You trying to convince us?
No, because I know family listening to this will be like, no, you haven't. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
No, that's your own preconceived notions that I have an obsession about something. But I do. I love like everything you guys already said. Like the Disney stuff. Like I'm a huge Aladdin fan.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have a million things
Yeah.
with that, and Harry Potter. Like those are
Mm-hmm.
like my two main things that I'm really big on.
Yeah. I just think if you grew up in the 90s, consider yourself like a 90s kid, there's just so much stuff
Exactly.
that you like, which is so great.
It was so great. Like I'm not gonna lie.
Something about them 90s.
It was those 90s times.
Yeah.
Really like. There's just so much going on that was
Yeah.
good.
All right, well, we'll leave you with that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you were born in the 90s, you know what we're talking about. Well, we weren't born in the 90s, but like we grew up in the 90s.
Yes.
And if you weren't, you know, you could look some stuff up. You'll be like, oh, wow, that's so cool. You know?
Their childhood was awesome.
Yep.
So we'll just leave you with that. Okay?
All right.
So, Keela, you can wrap it up.
Sounds good.